Let's go.
What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here.
The Act Man here.
Alexa, play the Song of My People. It's that time. Hey, do you remember Battlefield 1? Boy golly gee, wasn't that a fun game to commit some war crimes in. One of the most epic, climactic, first-person shooters of all time. I can't sing enough praise for that game. And
It is really a good game. I thoroughly enjoyed my playthrough on that. And fucking the music, dude. That song, it's iconic as shit. That is a great fucking song. I love it.
Can you believe it's been 8 years since it came out? Getting old sucks, doesn't it? I'm only 30, I'm good. I got a few years left in me. And since Battlefield 1, nothing has really filled that same void. I've been starving for a while, ladies and gentlemen. The last update for Star Wars Battlefront 2...
Because they can't give a shit, man. These companies can't give a shit anymore, dude. Well, they giving a shit, but it ain't. It's bad shit, not good shit. That's the problem.
Came out 4 years ago. 2042 was a total shit show, and the whole Battlefield 5 situation, don't like it, don't buy it, okay, I won't. Good advice, don't be sad, this is just how it works out sometimes. For games that offer large-scale warfare combat, the market has been drier than a Tusken Raider's butthole. But guess what? We don't have to go hungry anymore. The cooks are in the kitchen, and here's what they're serving us, it's called Delta Force. Oh yeah. That's it, there we go. It's kind of crazy that I'm even saying this, but Battlefield has just been replaced. At least for me. DICE and EA, they ran out of time on the clock, dicked around too much. And eventually someone was gonna come along and say, hey, let's make a game for Battlefield fans and call it something else. Delta Force is a rather generic name, but I promise if you're like me and you simp for Battlefield 1, or maybe you like 4, Bad Company 2, whatever your poison.
So when I started playing, or my first Battlefield game was Battlefield 3 on the 360 back in the day. That was my first grip on it, and dude, it was I don't know, man, dude. Gaming was a little different back then, dude. And I guess the other part was the fact that I was still in school back then, and dude, getting together with like all kinds of different people from school, dude, coming home, grouping up, with different people from school that played it and stuff. Man, it was something else, dude. Getting on there, dude. Always had somebody to run with. Always had somebody to run with. Um, Dude, it was something different. But Battlefield 3 was my first taste. I never played. I don't think I played any of the ones before Battlefield 3. But when I first played it, dude, I was kind of hooked. I believe the main class that I ran was medic back then, and it was fucking. I enjoyed it, dude. And one of the things I do is like sit and like I honestly don't think that shit really helped. But dude, I thought it was cool as shit back in the day was putting the camouflage on in like a grass area, and then like going laying on my belly and stuff and like some like tallish grass or some bushes and just like fucking people up from there. That was the coolest shit to me. Um, or staying down and then seeing like an enemy tank go past me and stuff, and then hit the tank with something. I don't know. It was a lot of fun to me back then. That was really cool being able to do all that kind of stuff. And then eventually played four. And I really enjoyed four for what it offered. Again, I mostly ran medic, I believe. Um, I want to say it was number four. They had the night vision one, like the really dark map on that one. That was some shit back then too, dude. And the weapons that you got and everything was sick. I just enjoyed it, man. It was definitely different back then, especially being in school and stuff, and having all kinds of people from school to play with. A lot different. But yeah, that was like my first taste of it.
This is going to be a game that you should definitely check out. Oh, nice. You can run the trees down, too. Okay, yeah, bitch-ass trees. They don't stand a chance. I overextended. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, we're not looking good. We're not looking good. Okay, if we get out of this. Shit.
And he pulling some wild acrobatics. He even felt like the acrobatic perk or something on that tank to go do that shit.
On paper, it looks like your typical massive multiplayer FPS, but this isn't some cheap imitation of Battlefield. In fact, it's what 2042 should have been. First and foremost, a game that fucking worked. And doesn't look like this. Delta Force uses a lot of the tried and true Battlefield staples to great success, like having 64 players and not 128. The game is available on console and PC, though I predominantly played it on PC because that's kind of what it feels like it was made for. Delta Force...
Wait, back up.
Delta Force uses a lot of the tried and true Battlefield staples to great success, like having 64 players and not 128. The game is available on console and PC, though I predominantly...
On console? I fucking need to look this up then. I wonder, is it a free-to-play? Do I have to pay for it? I didn't know this was out. I thought maybe this is going to be like one just a PC only. I'll have to check this shit out then.
Played it on PC because that's kind of what it feels like it was made for. Delta Force is free to play and it's in early access. Now those two terms when combined together makes me a little worried, but I've encountered almost no server issues. The only time I ever...
Oh, a free to play early access. Okay, so I don't have to pay any money for it. I guess I could maybe give it a try. I don't know. Oh, sorry about that. The only thing I'm worried about is like it being PC and stuff, like going against PC players. Like I can't do that console, man, and having to deal with like all these. There's gonna be a lot of cheaters, man. I'd rather just stick with console and like maybe it be like PlayStation versus Xbox or whatever. But I can't do multiplayer games with it's like force you to play against PC players. Like that shit ain't fun, man. And I'm not getting to like part where like oh they got a keyboard and mouse or whatever. It's the fact that predominantly you see more cheating on PC than console, so that's what I don't like.
Dies when it lags, just like every other game, but it works perfectly fine as far as I've played, with maximum wait times for matches at like a minute or two. That's totally fair when it has to get 64 players. There's definitely some jank it could use more polish, but for early access, this is infinitely more polished and stable than 2042 was. Than most early access games are, to be honest. For Battlefield fans that have gotten tired of the routine broken launch, this is going to be a breath of fresh air. The game works, and it also has a pretty healthy player base. That is also really important in being able to find quality matches so that latency and lag isn't a problem. And so far it hasn't been for me. Neither is hit registration. In addition to your typical conquest, rush, and operations, i.e. warfare, Delta Force has an extraction mode and a campaign that's going to be launching early in 2025. I'm not big on extraction shooters, I'll be honest, but if it's on par with the quality of the multiplayer, then if you're an extraction fan, you should also check this out. Like 2042, Delta Force is a shooter that blends modern and...
Whoa, they got bows in the game? What?
Fan, you should also check this out. Like
They got a bow. Wow, that's rare shit to see in something like this. That shit has gotta have like explosive head or something on it. It's gotta be
42.
explosive.
Delta Force is a shooter that blends modern and futuristic elements to create a sort of hybrid setting. Not so futuristic, we have rocket boots and jump packs, but not so modern it retreads familiar ground, because modern shooters are kind of, we've seen a few of those. This is the happy medium, wrist rockets. We get those. Oh, you get a fucking wrist rocket. Oh, baby. Let's go. And a bunch of other futuristic gadgets and tools. Delta Force offers a large-scale warfare with 64 players duking it out in squads of 4 and teams of 32. They have classes that emphasize certain playstyles like Assault, Medic, Engineer, and Recon. And they managed to combine operators with regular classes and it works just fine. And they managed to combine playstyles like Assault, Medic.
Oh, hold on. Let me back that up.
Teams of 32. They have classes that...
Oh, no, there we go. Hive Tech pistol, Hill, smoke screen, Hive Tech smoke grenade, and expertly rescue. What's the other stuff that it
that
said?
emphasize certain play styles like assault, medic, engineer.
Oh, here we go. I can't fucking see it. Equips Hive Tech pistol that something. I'm gonna assume it just heals. Okay, well, I guess that's one of the.
And recon. And they managed to combine operators with regular classes, and it works just fine. Like it's the best of both worlds somehow. Wait a minute, that can't be right. Now, to give you some background, Delta Force is a long-running series that stretches all the way back to 1998, and it actually predates Battlefield. Each entry has been developed by the same company, Novalogic, since its inception, with the first few titles helping to popularize the tactical shooter genre. But Delta Force hasn't really been in the spotlight for a long time. I think that's why not enough people know about this game or are kind of sleeping on it. Now, I was given a code to try the beta early in December, and I didn't know what to expect. But I was pleasantly surprised to see the return of one of my favorite game modes, Operations, or as it's called in Delta Force, Warfare. Let's talk about this game mode and why it's one of God's greatest creations. You've got attackers and defenders fighting across entrenched battle lines. To capture points, attackers try to push deeper into enemy territory with a limited number of reinforcements, and defenders hold out as long as they can to try and deplete those reinforcements. This concept works in Battlefront, it works in Battlefield, and it works in Delta Force. That's why I love it. You've got this spectacle of two massive teams bodying each other nonstop for 40 minutes in a back and forth tug of war.
That right there, yes. The fucking straight up just two teams just bodying each other, just getting at it, man. Just that, yeah, for like 40 minutes. Yeah. Or like a fucking orgy or something going on, dude. Yeah, that's some fun shit, dude. And seeing like your teammate go down or whatever, dude, and res them up real quick, throw out like a smoke screen or whatever. Um, and I don't know, like some of the best parts were like when that was happening, or you're trying to get like a get past like a room or whatever. Like you've got like one team in one room and one team in the other room. You try to there's like only one like doorway pretty much. Everyone's like throwing grenades in there. And if you walk in there, it's like the whole other team's like up against the wall and stuff. It was just fucking epic, dude. It was really good. And then you'd have some of their teammates get cocky or whatever, and they'd come in our side to get gunned down, or some of our teammates would go on their side get gunned down. But it was cool as shit, dude. Um, and I think some of the best parts were like somebody throw like a smoke grenade or a couple grenades in there, and you see like a few people run in, and everyone got the collective mind to just run in with them, and then gun the whole enemy team down, throw grenades everywhere. That was, and then, come out alive, dude. Straight and some people would go down, or if you're a medic, res them up. But to come out victorious in that situation was some epic shit after like that tension for like so long. It felt really good.
And of course, you're complemented with a wide arsenal of tanks, trucks, jeeps, aircraft, and all sorts of turrets scattered around the map for anyone to use. With huge, sprawling maps to fight across and dynamic, destructible environments that make you feel like you're in the thick of a war zone. This is the ultimate war simulation game type, and the male brain craves warfare. Where would we be without video games as an outlet? What would we be reduced to? Delta Force's warfare mode succeeds in all the same areas that Battlefield's Operations does.
I'd say mankind, if we didn't have video games, would be doing everything in our power to start a zombie apocalypse, so we'd have something to fight, something badass to fight to keep that epicness moments from us. 100% using a fucking mace and a shotgun, and I'm good for the zombie apocalypse. After that, give me a shotgun and a mace, and I'm good to go. Or a shotgun mace. Like a mace that's got like a shotgun built into it, like a giant shotgun mace looking thing. Would be kind of sick. That would actually be pretty sick. That'd be my go-to.
But there's a lot of things that make it different. For starters, the gunplay and pace is much more tactical. They've struck a nice balance between combat that works for large-scale battles and a slower extraction mode. Though I have some concerns about the developers essentially working on 2 games at the same time, maybe spreading themselves thin, like
butter scraped over too much bread.
But honestly, there's nothing to validate these concerns of mine. Delta Force is in a solid state right now, so we'll see what happens. Although the one major caveat right now, Delta Force's Warfare only has 5 maps. None of them are bad, they're all fun to play on, but the live service is really gonna have to ramp up to keep my interest if I'm only playing Warfare. How long can one man play on just 5 maps? It remains to be seen. Sometimes realism in shooters means, hey, your guns suck, and therefore, so do you. Recoil is a thing that exists. Guess what? Not every firearm is a real-life laser beam. So get good. Yo, this marksman rifle kinda sucks ass.
I told you, it's fucking garbage.
Well, I'm like hitting 4 shots. What? 2 headshots and he's still alive?
I don't hate
The
it.
sniper doesn't kill anyone in a body shot.
Yeah, the sniper, dude, the sniper's so ass.
No, I'm using an actual bolt action.
Oh.
And I would rather use the fucking marksman rifle. This thing sucks. Why does every gun suck?
You have this crazy thing called recoil. I like that Delta Force is not shy of letting you miss your shots or making it harder to score kills, because then it makes it more satisfying when you do. Whereas something like Call of Duty is like, okay, yeah, let's kind of get rid of recoil on pretty much every...
I don't know, man. I don't know about that method there. Like, to me, on my side, for me, it's like you finally get the shot, and it's like fucking finally. Like, it's more of a relief than anything. It's not it's not a victory, it's not satisfaction, it's just fucking finally. That's what it is to me, at least on my side. It's because I suck at video games. I suck at every goddamn thing, so that's on me. I'm probably like the only person in the world that is this way, because I'm so damn bad. But that's just how it is. That's just how it is.
Gun. Because players don't like missing their shots. They like killing things. So Call of Duty's a lot more safe in that respect, and I kind of respect Delta Force for being harder to master. But honestly, I think it's just the type of game you got to get used to or already be familiar with.
I'm not kidding. What is, dude? These guns actually fucking blow, dude. Dude, everything sucks. This game sucks. Every gun sucks. Every fucking thing sucks.
Am I for?
Yo, when did I play this shit? It sounds just like me. He sounded just like I did.
First few matches, I was playing like shit, trying to get used to the controls. And
oh, I know this. I found my long lost twin brother.
Fluidity of combat. I can't kill anybody with this fucking thing.
All these guns suck. They fucking suck.
But I broke.
he's fucking right on point. It's exactly what I sound like. Wow.
Through that glass ceiling, I proved it wasn't a skill issue. Oh wait, yeah, I did prove that. I started locking in, and now look at me.
They can't hold much longer.
Holy shit, I'm getting so many kills in here.
Damn, look at him. He's getting it, son. Get it, Ackman.
Yes, I am camping with an LMG, but that doesn't make this any less satisfying. Those moments where you're the only one deep in enemy territory and you just clean house like this, it's so satisfying. You don't need to sprint and slide cancel to feel like a badass in Delta Force. The game emphasizes and rewards strategy, positioning, and teamwork. Yes, you will have to contend with realistic ballistics, somewhat, and how guns actually work. So if you're looking for a more arcadey type shooter with plenty of aim assist and bullet magnetism to carry your god-awful aim, this is not it. Delta Force is for the tactical people, the gun enthusiasts, though it's not quite as hardcore as something like Insurgency's Sandstorm. This means quick time to kill, and at times you'll have to lead your shots, taking things slow to get into a good position, and making strategic use of equipment like this respawn beacon. If you like the tactical insertion, you're gonna love this thing. I sure do. Your squad and fellow teammates can place one of these beacons, and it lets you respawn wherever it's placed. So you can hide these in really cheeky positions behind enemy lines and totally massacre their reinforcements as they pour in. I love when FPS games have cool shit like this that rewards you for thinking outside the box, so you're not just mindlessly running into the meat grinder. Combat is not.
But that's how I like playing the game. I like just running around in the meat grinder and stuff, just getting all up in there. You know, putting all my meat and stuff up in the meat grinder. That's what I like doing. Well, what's wrong with that? Well, I mean, well, I don't know, man. Just how I like playing video games.
Not exactly forgiving of mistakes. You gotta be pinpoint accurate and put rounds down range fast, and account for recoil, so if you're caught out, it's very unforgiving. But to offset this fast time to kill, there's like no limits on how many times you can be revived. So with a tight squad, you can keep the Soviet suicide push going constantly. Oh my god, Flick again! Flick, this is like the 5th time Flick has revived me. This is insane. God bless my teammates that actually revive me. Thank you so much. No matter your class, everyone on your squad can revive each other, and any medic on the team can revive anyone. So with the respawn beacon, generous revives, and a short respawn timer, there's a lot less downtime, so you can get back into the action quick. The tactical nature of Delta Force extends to its gunsmith and weapon customization.
Oh, whoa, go back on that. Hold on.
Quick. The tactical nature.
Wow, dude, what do we got here? Muzzle, barrel, yeah, barrel, left dot, right dot, under rail, right rail, left rail, under rail, foregrip, mag, rear grip, something another, and spite, scope. I got a lot, dude. I wonder what the shotguns are like in this game. Probably suck like in every other game.
The nature of Delta Force extends to its gunsmith and weapon customization. And would you look at that? They got the Scar H instead of the Mufasa H, or whatever dumb names they're using for real guns in video games these days. Just a nice detail.
Oh, back it up.
Names they're using for real guns in video games these days. Just a.
Oh yeah, baby, look at that shotgun. An M870 shotgun. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, this is some pretty shotguns, man. Oh. Huh. I might have to try this game out.
Nice detail for immersion. But anyways, you're not limited to the amount of attachments on any gun. There's an icon, you can slap something on it. This game thrives on its weapons because, like I said, they're not all laser beams. They have very clear shortcomings that you can drastically improve with the right attachments and setup. The gunsmith is complex, but it's not complicated. For whatever reason, it seems you're only allowed one loadout per class, which is kind of dumb, but you can customize each weapon and then swap to them on the fly during each match. It takes some getting used to. I can tell you that grinding XP for weapons is very generous. In one 35-minute match, my LMG went from level 10 to 23. So luckily, they're not purposely making the grind tedious to encourage you to, I don't know, spend money? And I appreciate that. Thank you for not asking me to get like 2,000 headshots or some dumb shit. The gunsmith is vast, with some firearms having like almost 100 compatible attachments. If you want the best build, you'll be spending a solid chunk of time in here. You can also calibrate certain attachments if you want to further optimize things like recoil, ADS speed, or whatever. And you know what? There's no...
Oh, whoa, what was that?
Optimize things like recoil, ADS.
Oh, wow, that's fucking sick, dude. That's like some Forza Horizon shit right there, but for guns. Wow. Huh. Yeah, more games need to do that. For sure. That is actually really neat. I got nothing else to say. That's really good.
speed or whatever. And you know what? There's no dumb skins in this. No unicorn fart assassination or anime bullshit. Delta Force might be somewhat of a safe haven for Call of Duty fans that yearn for a military shooter that's still somewhat grounded in reality. Delta Force has something I wish BF1 had more of. Vehicle customization, hot diggity. And not just skins and cosmetics, but a choice of attachments from the cannon to the secondary gun, your launcher. Your options are somewhat limited for each category, but the fact that you even have a choice is amazing. You remember when World at War had that vehicle perk slot? Yeah, it was mostly useless, but just knowing it was there, knowing I had even the slightest amount of agency or control over vehicles made a difference in my mind.
I'll be honest, I'm not too big of a vehicle person in these games. I'm more of a foot soldier kind of guy. I like being on the ground, running and sliding and dolphin diving and teabagging. I love all that stuff. I've just never been a vehicle person.
Vehicles are a bit limited in their traversal, and they're quite brittle, but if you can keep your tank alive, you will wreak havoc on the enemy team. I feel like most first-person shooters these days have kind of given up on trying to make vehicles work, and even when they have vehicles, it's very rare you're allowed to create a loadout for your tank, helicopter, assault truck, or whatever. Imagine if a new Battlefront lets you customize lasers on tanks. Or, geez, what if Halo did that? That would be pretty cool. Imagine changing what kind of cannons or thrusters were on a Ghost. So you got that sort of cooperative teamwork element with vehicles, as sometimes up to 3 people can man 3 different guns on a tank. Now, if you do want to use a vehicle, you either get lucky or wait in the respawn menu till it's available, which is a pain, but to counteract this, Delta Force has introduced a sort of kill streak system. So you get points for kills, assists, capping objectives, and you can use those points to call in like a smoke screen, a mortar barrage, a respawn beacon, or a vehicle drop. Those are your 5 options. It's simple, but really cool and makes a world of difference, because every player has access to these. It's a great feeling when you whoop some ass and are rewarded with being able to call in a tank that fucking explodes before it touches the ground. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. The vehicle drop is sweet because you can give your team a tank in a section where you wouldn't normally have one. And since points accumulate over time, these bonuses are mostly used at the end of the match. One of them is a fucking Predator missile, but this thing is no joke. I've seen players get 15 kills with this thing.
That's pretty fucking sick. That is pretty awesome.
These bonuses are balanced out by a high point cost, meaning you'll have to play really well if you want to call in the more powerful ones. And there's always room to add new weapons, vehicles in the future. Which, speaking of, Delta Force is seeing some pretty consistent updates right now, and they've promised 8 new maps in the first year. Come on, 8 maps? Big if true. I mean, that's bold for any FPS title, 8 maps in 1 year. Delta Force's maps are solid, they deliver on that front, and each warfare map offers different kinds of combat. You might go from wide open to mid-ranged, and finally close quarters. There's some pretty cool set pieces and enough variety to spice up each map and make it stand out. Like this one where attackers assault the beaches with boats before pushing into some buildings, where a long zip line takes attackers up to the caves. So snipers like to hang up here, and it's nice to see the landscape below as you head down to the battlefront. I expected the combination of
that is pretty good too. This, it looks pretty good, man. I may give it a try. I'm not sure, but kind of selling me a little bit on here.
Raiders and classes to not work well at all, like it did in 2042, or that I'd have trouble recognizing enemies because everybody looks the same. That's not really an issue, at least not often enough to be a big problem. I'm kind of stunned, to be honest, but the operator abilities aren't super overpowered. They maintain the integrity of the class system and its dynamic elements, while allowing some choice in what equipment you bring in. I don't like that you have to unlock some of the operators. It's like locking heroes in a hero shooter. Just don't, please. Give each player the access to each operator and everybody will be happy. Now let's talk monetization. Delta Force is free to play, so there's got to be a catch, right? Well, I'd go in depth on the monetization, but I can barely understand it. Looking through the menus is like staring into the gates of oblivion. Mortals simply cannot make sense of what lies within. multiple battle passes. There's a storefront with bundles and skins. I think there's crates and keys like Counter-Strike, a marketplace where you can exchange weapons you've extracted with, weapon XP tokens, multiple currencies. I can't even keep track of all the tabs, menus, and sub-menus. I suppose it's easy to redeem rewards and finish challenges and unlock things just by playing, but it's honestly overwhelming and kind of off-putting. The monetization is a blemish on an otherwise solid first-person shooter, but luckily you don't really need to buy anything to enjoy the game at its fullest. I mean, I'm just saying, Helldivers 2 and Marvel Rivals, they have pretty good monetization, nice and simple. Make it easy for me to spend money, and I just might. Still, free-to-play games have to make money somehow, and given that the devs are consistently pumping out updates, and that free-to-play games have to make money somehow, and
Dude, look how many fucking attachments that thing's got. God damn. Holy fuck. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I going 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. What the fuck?
Given that the devs are consistently pumping out updates and that they plan on adding 8 new maps in the first year of release, I suppose there are worse deals in the world of modern gaming. At the end of the day, if you're like me and you love Battlefront 2, Battlefield 1, or any Battlefield title and you're looking to scratch that itch and relapse, Delta Force is the drug for you, my man. Though initially it's a little hard to get into, once you do, you'll come to enjoy it and see it as a true Battlefield replacement. And that's not even counting the extraction mode or upcoming single player. On the surface, Delta Force might look generic and uninspired, but below the crust lies a pie worth sinking your teeth into. And I'd recommend it to any Battlefield or COD fan who's looking for a real military shooter to watch the taste of unicorn farts out of their mouth. For what it's worth, Delta Force is filling a lot of holes that COD and Battlefield just aren't right now. But what do you think? Have you tried out Delta Force? If not, are you going to? And if so, what do you think of it so far? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the Act Man for more awesome content. Alright everyone, that's all I got for today. This is the Act Man signing out. Peace!